What? Come on. Hello. Hello. We are live with the Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group open house. I am Varian Grant. I just got the banner up now. But this is the
Standards
open
and practices already. Jesus.
that we do I want to do one every week where we talk about what we're doing and what's going on in Liberty. And if anybody has any questions, they are more than welcome to ask them in the chat. And I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can join. And I've this time around though, I have three different publishers who are distributing through Liberty here uh, on the call. There we go. And here we go. There's our lovely faces. Randy Zimmerman.
Thank
Love
you.
that. Lovely
Ariel.
faces.
I mean,
Hello,
I know at least
hello.
one, but
Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies.
Rosario is a
Thank
little
Randy
close to the
Zimmerman of,
camera. Just back up a little bit. Rosario, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Baby, he said beautiful face. I want them to see all of it. Take it in its glory. You understand? This right here, out of everyone on this dais, this is pure North. Pure North New York, baby. That's
Can
what
you
that
turn?
is.
Can you
All
turn
right?
his camera off, Barry?
I can't.
We are talking funny books after all.
Yeah, so I got Arrow Comics, Wolfpack Comics, and Unstoppable Comics here, and all of you guys have signed on with Liberty Entertainment Distribution.
Yeah.
And to do the open house, I figured, we talk a little bit about distribution, how it works for you, what you were missing out of the traditional distribution model, and it's just give people talking points. I'm gonna look in the chat real quick here too. William Pace says, "Oh no, not Figaro."
Thanks, William.
Oh well.
Facebook uses
See, then not one bad word about me, baby.
Mr. Grant's neighborhood, and doesn't even have a sweater on.
Yeah,
They're
don't
trying to
have a
figure
sweater.
out Rosario. They're like, what can we say? I don't know.
So the first thing, guys, is that I always mention this because people tend to forget. It's been 6 years since I started out Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group. It started as a idea at a con in Traverse City. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I was originally thinking about the future of independent comics and how there were so many of my friends at the time who just could not get into Diamond, and I had heard that another publisher was able to take a diamond exec out for drinks,
Yeah.
get them drunk,
Yeah.
and get in the book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, is that what it takes? Like, I gotta get someone drunk and Diamond to get them. Yeah, okay, that's not fair. It doesn't seem right to me. And so we started talking and putting this whole thing together. And the thing is, unfortunately, that partner decided not to move forward with the endeavor. But I was, I kept moving forward. So we have, Liberty today. So now, with you guys, and there's more. There's quite a few different publishers. I guess Randy, you've been in Diamond before. You've decided this time to go exclusively with Liberty, and I guess you got enough of the Diamond shuffle, and what tends to happen over there when they you got. I mean, at one point there were minimums you had to reach every month.
Oh no, I'm not sure if that's not still in play, but it's been a while since I've been distributed.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's over the years, I've heard about minimums, and they fluctuated. They always were changing. Every time I would, like 1 year it was 3,000 books. Another year, I remember someone told me it was.
I think it started out at 1,000, and then it became 12,000, then it became 15,000. I don't know where they're at now. To tell you the truth. But I was around during the 80s, and the first Arrow Comics is out, the Dead World right there, Realm right there. I was the voice of King Zombie in the letters pages on Realm for most of the Arrow run. But I saw the great whittling happen, where we went from 27 distributors down to 3 distributors, down to 1 distributor, and knew then that we were circling the drain. But I just kept hitting wall after wall after wall with Diamond. I went out and tried to self-publish a couple of times under the Weeby Comics. Had a little bee that looked like the honeycomb bee. the idea for the company was my partners. He wanted to be We Be Comics so that we could be comics. Anyway, then I printed as Massive Comics for a while because at the time, Diamond treated everybody equally in the previews, and Massive put me right behind Marvel. So I was Massive Comics for a while, and then did a couple of products, but I kept running into Diamond's hassles. And then they segregated all of the independent guys and made the exclusive dudes and stuck everybody in the back of the bus green section. That's what I call it. It's the back of the bus green section. It's what it was, because we were all treated like second, third class people, like publishers, which is how they looked at us. They looked down their nose at us, and they kept coming up with excuses after. We did a whole Arrow history that was up on arrowcomics.com. I don't think it's up there right now, but we're revising that site. Where I explained that they were editing our submissions, they were dropping pictures out. And when we'd confront them with it, they would get snarky and say, "Well, we make the decisions as to what your submission reads like. We make the decisions as to how much of your product we're going to display in our catalog." And it's like, well, I'm kind of tired of seeing images smaller than a 1-cent postage stamp printed in previews when you're printing other images 1.5 times the size. It just got to be a real big hassle. So during Arrow Comics, the third time back, after I did Massive and Weeby, I got a chance to take the Arrow name and print under the Arrow Comics banner, which I was real grateful to Ralph and Stuart for allowing me to do. Went and did that, and because Arrow has always been a creator-owned company. That's just the way we go. We're really positive on creators' rights, always have been. That's why I like Arrow so much. That's why I like using the title, because of what it represents. I mean, the masthead for the company. We just kept hitting. We had the Diamond rep giving us more and more rules all the time, and it got to the point where they were telling us what we could or could not print. And I'm talking about, we had a Dark Oz book, Land of Oz book, that was amazing. It was well written. It was drawn by Bill Bryant, who's no longer in the industry. I would love to print more of his stuff because he was amazing. And it was inked by Will Mesner-Loebs. And the book numbers on that were climbing really hard. And Diamond came at me and said, "No, you can't carry. We're no longer going to carry that book because you don't meet our minimums."
Yeah.
Because they had just shoved the minimums from 12 to 15. I'm probably rattling on here. So, but just as an example, it got to be so rough to deal with Diamond, we stopped. I did a 3-part Spank the Monkey on the comic market, where I explained to everybody comics past, present, and future. And in the present part, I had Spank standing in front of a board showing everybody that Diamond was making more money off of my books than I was, because I was fighting to break even, and Diamond was always taking a taste, always. Moving it from one box to the next box to get it to the customer.
Randy, let me ask, when these minimums were becoming increased, did this have anything to do with the distributor wars and people getting gobbled up, or was this
no? At this point,
after?
that's the problem when you come down to one distributor. This was after the distributor wars.
Okay.
Okay. After Capital had given up, after Friendly Franks had folded, the Diamond was the dog, and they decided their green section was too big. We actually cornered a guy, our representative for Diamond. We found out who he was. We were at a Chicago con. We cornered him in an elevator. My publisher friend and myself, the guy I was in Arrow Comics 3.0 with. And we asked him flat out, "What the hell's going on? Because you're not treating us worth a shit. You're telling us what we can and cannot print." And we had some pretty products at the time. Some of those books, if you ordered the IndieVolt Revolt book that we did, we just did a Indiegogo for. I sent copies of those books out to show people we were doing quality stuff, and they were coming back on us and telling us what we could and couldn't print. Yeah, there's the IndieVolt Revolt book right there. But the guy, the representative, flat out said, "If you're in the green section, all Diamond wants you to do is dry up and blow away, and they will do anything in their power for that to happen."
Right. So they weren't outright trimming the fat; they were just letting the fat die off on its own.
They were trimming the little guys in favoritism to the exclusives that they were signing on, and they had just the Heroes world had collapsed. They had Marvel, DC, they had Image signed up as exclusives. I think Dark Horse was exclusive at that point. There were like 4 or 5 companies. They wouldn't take you as exclusive unless you were making 1% of the market.
All right.
And
Now,
then
what
they'd
I've
offer
tried
you,
to do-
they'd offer an exclusive deal, and that meant a better percentage to the retailer than you, better treatment than you, and you got front status, and you got to be on the cover every once in a while when you wanted to pay for it.
So what I tried to do was just make it so that everyone had an even playing field, and so we don't do a lot of stuff the Diamond does, or other distributors do for that matter. But I wanted to bring attention to the question on screen. That was from Glenn. My concern at the moment is producing the barcode for my book. I have the ISBN number under any ideas without it costing me a fortune.
This is Glenn. Glenn, where are you selling right now, Glenn?
Glenn's in
if you're-
he's in England, so he's in the UK.
Okay. Look, if you're just doing, indie shows, stuff like that, I really don't think you need an ISBN number or a barcode at the moment. Over here in the States, ISBN numbers help when you are going into bookstores, that are not traditional comic shops, when you're going into libraries, when you're hitting outside the traditional book market.
Yeah.
So you can register on their scans, right? I forgot what the name of the review is, and I apologize. Publishers Weekly is always talking about him. It could be called BookScan. It may not be, but that's where your ISBN number registers and orders that go out. How many you sold, and these are things that teachers, again, librarians, they follow that. So ISBN numbers, that's what that means out here in the States. I don't know what it's like for you in the UK with that.
And I don't know what your cost for an ISBN number is out there, but here in the States, there's 2 different sets of ISBN numbers. One for books, which is a little bit more expensive because like JD said, it goes to libraries and all of that. And another one for periodicals, which is really what comics are. And you can buy those in a block of 100 and it's like $48.
Yeah.
$50. It's like,
Barcodes,
it's a small price to pay, especially when you look at, I forked over $120 for a professional WeTransfer box so that I can send large files out and receive large files from clients. $48 is a small price because how long is it going to take you to burn through 100 ISBN numbers?
Right.
I'm printing 4 books a month. It's going to take me 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
to do.
Independent people are known for their output. So,
Yeah.
you got to worry about burning that out.
So when one of the first things I did was I got rid of a lot of fees, because if you're a curator and you're putting a book out and you're going through Diamond, keep in mind that Diamond's going to discount that book to all of their retailers. They're going to be discounted, which is fine. That's normal. The retailer has to make some money, but then Diamond's going to take a portion of that. So you're looking at even less. Now, I'm not sure what their portion is. It fluctuates, and people seem to be very skittish on giving that number. I've heard it at 15%. I've heard it at 20%. But they're going to get some of that, some of what you got coming back from the stores.
You're also dealing with minimum orders and shit.
Yeah.
Which can put a real clamp on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you first, it can put a real clamp on you because when you first start out, I'm not sure if Glenn is asking about barcodes. Is this in reference to becoming part of Liberty or whatnot? Because I'm almost positive Varian has a program where he walks you through all of this stuff. If you want to join Liberty, they'll walk you through all of this and help you get everything you need to do and get you set up to go to retail.
Yeah,
So you're not trying to figure this stuff out on your own, because if you've never done it before and you're trying to figure it out by yourself, it's a shit. Even as a group, trying to figure this stuff out, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So that's one thing too. I think Liberty offers is the ability to come in and they walk you through the whole process, so you're not just stumbling and fumbling your way through. So I'm not sure if you were asking in that regards, but I know that's one of the things that Liberty does that you won't get through Diamond. I can promise you that. Amongst other things, minimum amount, that's another thing I think which is really big for people.
I remember reading on Diamond, it said once they will charge up to if you don't barcode your book, because they request all books be barcoded now, and if you don't barcode it, they will. with a sticker at $1 per book. I think it was like $1 per book.
Holy crap!
Yeah, at
Then
one
you-
point
you-
that price could be much lower now, but I remember it being like $1 per book.
This,
They
no,
did it.
Well,
You're
their
dead.
their little hoops have gotten a lot more stricter since I stopped doing it.
Right.
So we didn't have to deal with barcodes. We dealt with barcodes when we did graphic novels, because we towards the end I collected like War of the Worlds, and I did that Zim's Heroic Tales. Both of those had barcodes on them. Even though Diamond never took Zim's Heroic Tales after 6 months of waiting for a response from the rep, he finally said, "Well, it's a superhero book and it's in black and white. Retailers don't want that. We're not carrying that book."
Well, we have to. What's
Go
important? What's important for me to to do is make sure that I try to get as much money back to the creators. Myself, being one, I want to get as much money back to the creators as I could. So that's why we didn't do fees. We didn't do we didn't do minimum orders. What you have in the shop is what you have.
Taco House. Anyway, thank you, Facebook user.
So there's a lot of people that have been signing up. A lot of people have been
Taking
signing
shots
up.
to Rosario. I didn't think that was cool.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not Mexican, baby. Come on.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Big difference.
Oh, hey.
Don't get me started, baby.
And don't let my wife hear you say that either.
Don't get me started, baby.
No,
Oh, I'm
no.
sorry. It's not that. It's Puerto Ricans and Cubans are pretty much the same thing.
There you go. They're just an hour away from each other, more or less.
You want me to go down the Sicilian Italian route right now, bro?
Go for it, baby. Hey, listen. I embrace all my colors, bro. I embrace all. Look, me and Varian probably are closer in DNA than you, bro. So it's all good. I get it. I embrace all of that shit.
Motherfucker don't know history, but it's all right. Don't worry about
What
that.
you mean? What, my Moors? I got my Moor blood, baby. I'm looking for my reparations. Shit, man.
Hey, Brian K. Morris in the house says tacos bring us all together. It's the UN of foodstuffs.
Exactly, Rosario. Bring
There
it
you
together.
So if someone would, people always ask me how they sign up for Liberty. It's really simple. If you go over to ledg.us and you depending on who you are, if you're a retail store or a vendor meaning a publisher, a creator, you click on either tab, you can sign up there. I know it's in pinwheeling for a lot of people. Don't worry about it. I got your application. It may take me up to 72 hours to get it in. To let you know, if you're a retailer, it's a lot faster. If you're a creator, what generally happens is once we approve the account, you can go in and add the content that you'll be making available for us to distribute. Now, keep this in mind, because we keep 100% fill rate, we don't activate anything on the site until we have it in our warehouse. That way, that ensures that our retail partners are going to get the books that they're ordering. Nothing upsets stores more when they open that box and they're finding missing content. Because, oh, sorry, we owe you one. They don't want that. They want to get their books when they order them.
Yep.
And because they have to now explain to a customer why their book isn't in. They don't want to do that. So we keep 100% fill rate by making sure that the only books that we ship are the ones that are in our warehouse. I think it's a great rule to have, and it's worked out for us so far. So what happens is, okay, you've been accepted, you went to your account, you put in all your information, you uploaded some artwork from your book, your coverage, you set your prices, because at Liberty too, you set your own prices, your own wholesale prices, which again is unheard of for most distributors. But the next step is to actually send us how many books you feel comfortable sending. Now, I know from some people, they're like, oh man, I can't send a lot of books. We have a partnership with Comics Wellspring, where if you print there, we can pick the books up for you for free, saves you money on shipping. If say you just can't use Comics Wellspring, you want to use another printer, you already got a couple dozen books, you got a couple long boxes sitting there, and you like to send those to us, let me know. There are shipping discounts that I receive all the time from different partners that I might be able to extend to you. I just had a UPS discount ended Monday, and it was basically going to be like $12 for a couple of pounds of printed material. Obviously not a lot if you're sending like large freight, but if you're sending, a long box or two of comics, you could have taken advantage of that. But also, when you send us the books, we'll go through them. We will count them. Let's verify that what you sent us and what you say you sent us is the same. Once we verify that, we activate those for sale in the digital catalog, and your books can then be bought by our retail partners. And our system is keeping a constant track on how many are available so that we can keep those retailers filled. This is Facebook uses question: are you thinking of distributing indie comics from Europe if it is worth it? Absolutely, yeah. We'll distribute comics from anywhere. Brian K. Travis Gibbs says, do you have a concern about lack of barcodes for stores that use a lot of the Diamond POS systems, or just kind of risk that the creator will take? I'm glad you mentioned that. I was talking to a comic shop owner here in Michigan, and two of them actually, and they don't have the Diamond POS on their computer. Only one of them did. He didn't have it. And he said he didn't want it. He advised me actually not to make everything online, because I kind of wanted to keep everything online so we wouldn't print anything. But he was, he kind of convinced me to do a printed catalog, which will be coming very shortly. As far as I think that the barcode, we have the barcodes on the books. For certain retail partners, it makes sense. I would tell people, if you have them, great. If you can afford to throw a couple extra dollars at your book, to put them on there. It costs, honestly, it's so cheap to get a barcode. It is ridiculous.
Guys, barcodes are not the expensive part. The ISBN numbers, those are the expensive ones. Like Randy said, if you're buying in bulk, you're really not coming out of pocket that much. They do have options in some of these places to buy them, one-offs, so you could do that.
Yeah.
Travis is also, will there be an online store? I really want to get Only Deaf Can Save Us, but I am not sure of a store that has it. Yeah, there are some stores in Florida that actually have signed up. So I know you're in the Florida area, Travis. I will let you know which stores those are. And you can always walk into your store and say, hey, need to get this book. Only Deaf Can Save Us.
Right. It's kind of like the pre-order system that's going on right now.
I would love to sell to customers directly, but Liberty is set up for retailers and they get it into stores. So that's the money I have to leave on the table. But tell your stores that look at Liberty. Again, the other thing about I'll get into that in 1 second. Travis says, as a store, will there be a Liberty release date for certain books? For instance, it's Arrow's new releases every third Wednesday. We try to update the site every Friday with new content. But no, the books come in pretty much when they come in, unless the publisher has told me beforehand, hey, here's when to expect my books. So we really work with the publishers on that. Each individual publisher has their, own date. Like JD Rosario here will send me books, whenever.
We're looking at releasing on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
Not on a weekly, like so many people are expected from other things. Guys, we're indies, we do not have corporate backing behind us, right? If anybody tells you that their business plan is anything other than survive until you print next month, they're lying to you, really. Some of us are lucky enough to have a catalog, and we're releasing little by little, building operational capital so we can provide new content. And that's something we're afforded the liberty of doing by distributing through Liberty. You like that, right? You like that? It's a writer, baby. Okay. 100%
I'm backed by Liberty. That's all I
can. Liberty looks like it's ready to kick your back. That's what.
No,
I need that sometimes.
I'm aiming to have books to Liberty by the end of the month for them to offer at the start of the month. That's kind of a goal, and it'll be everything for the month at once. But you can buy them whenever you need to, or your retailer can buy them whenever they need to, or whenever they can, because we know I've retailed for over a decade. I know what it's like to have to worry about what's happening week to week on your stuff, and especially, well, from my experience back when everything was whittling down to just diamond, at the end of the month or the start of the month, we'd get bombarded with the indies because diamond would hold all of the indies to a 90-day policy. If you don't have your product from 90 days or 60 days, I think it was actually, once they bothered to ship out your invoice, the clock was running, and if you didn't have the book in within 60 days, your order was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do their best to get the books done, and you know how indies are. Not everybody can keep to a regular schedule because they have other jobs in order to pay their bills. A lot of times they'd get slammed at the end of the month with product in order to make sure they got it in on time.
Yeah,
and that always caused a kind of a jerk in your budget as a retailer. So retailer has some extra bucks, wants to make more money. All he's got to do is get up online, order Liberty product that he knows he's going to sell. It's there in a couple of days. And by the next time your customer comes walking in on their regular scheduled day, they've got more stuff to sell.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea here.
Anthony, I know you said you have to get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But again, you can pick up Wolfpack comics from Liberty Entertainment Distribution if you're a retailer. And he's also got now he's releasing God's Hand on it's in serialized format now.
Correct. Beautiful. Liberty has helped me see my dreams come to life.
That book is pretty. That is a pretty book.
I noticed Rosario didn't flash mine when he.
It's funny. I didn't get it. I didn't get that package. The package I got was the Indie Revolt package, which was after our package.
Yeah, great. So your neighbor's got the books then.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's your.
Go over there and kick some doors and be like, "Hey, man, what's going on over there?"
That's the package you'll get back. Oh, it must have been damaged. It seemed to have been opened, and all the books seem to have been read. There you go.
Yeah, Anthony, we'll see you later if you got to get out of here. So,
yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, and always, man. Y'all have a great day.
God's hand, man.
Take care, Anthony.
Looks great.
See y'all later.
I will see you.
All right, you take care.
Max says, as a retailer who was returning product, who pays shipping back to Liberty? So you're talking about the pledge, the Liberty pledge, which is if you are a retailer and you get a book from Liberty, and for some reason you just can't get it to move in your book, that book to move in your store, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. All you need to do is call your Liberty representative and let them know, hey, I got this book. It will not sell. What can I do to get, can I get it back to you? Now there are certain caveats in there. Like if you ordered 5 and you got 1 left, I mean, come on, would you really want to send 1 book back? If you want to, if it's that bad, I guess. But here's the thing: you send that back. The shipping, it's covered by Liberty. We're not going to make you send that back to us and then tell you to, pay out the nose. I would
just don't send back that janky book that didn't sell. That rub it off on the book. That's well-worn and loved, seen by many, but you decide.
Now they have to be in the same condition they left in. So like Liberty books come, we call it ship to shelf. We bag and board all the books when we send them. I did get someone asked me, a store asked me, could they not get that? Could they'd rather bag and board themselves? That's fine as well. For them, it was, they thought they might see a fluctuation on their shipping with bags and boards, but which I again respect. And if you don't want your books bagged and board, if you're a retailer, just let us know when you click you're checking out. You can click if you want to if you don't want to bag and board, and we will not bag and board those books. But yeah, so you send a book back to us, we handle that. We handle the price for that. You'll take those books back to a UPS store too. We'll give that retailer our UPS account number, and they don't have to pay anything. They do have to box the books back up though, so they're gonna have to pay for that. But as far as shipping it back to us, no. Brian Jermaine says, I have a question. Can you plug my Kickstarter? You come on Indie Livewire for that. We'll plug all the Kickstarters there. So if I was gonna put Orange Cone Productions books at Liberty, would you recommend I put all 4 issues broke down at once or put out once a month? You can put all 4. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. I wanted publishers to have the opportunity to decide what they want to do. If you were going to do all 4 issues at once, great. That only helps. Because again, I've talked to a retailer last weekend who told me that he likes to see issue 1, 2, and 3 before he makes a decision if he wants to buy a book. Because once the person gets to that 3rd issue, for him, they're either going to wrap the series up, or at least he knows they intend to continue. Now, I've seen people do that before, and it's up to you if you want to do that. I would tell people to do it, and I would tell you to go ahead, yes, submit all 4. Also, keep in mind, you can send us however many you want, because there has been, and I'm going to put this out there. There has been a lot of talk. People have seen the palettes, they've seen the pictures. I'm gonna let everybody know that was JD Rosario's huge order of comics. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's seen the big palettes of comics, and they kind of want to know, well, what's going on. Now those books were going out to a retail partner of ours, of Liberty, who put together a massive order for books. They are a large chain store. I can say this amount. So this is the first time anybody's hearing this.
Careful.
Yeah. It's a large chain.
What?
Yeah. Well, you know this. so they'll be handling these books. They decide to order some independent books. They put together a large monthly order of books. That's what you guys seen. The retail side for the comic shops has been moving just as fast. I'm sending out packages for books all the time now, especially since those pictures went out. So people have been asking me, well, wait, I can't afford to print that many variants. That's a lot of money. We will work with you. We have things where we can help you, like JD Rosario said earlier. Have people, hey, here's how you get the ISBN, here's how you get the barcode, willing to help you with those things. It's not a problem. So if that's what you want to do, if you're looking to get involved, it's very easy. We're very accepting here. Let's see here. Grant Grenada C says, one could say Liberty's giving you freedom. I know, bad joke. The boxes say liberation is here. Dave Brown in the chat. Hey, Dave. How's it going, sir? Brian says, why isn't this on IndieVolt? It's a Liberty broadcast, so I try to keep my company separate. I try to keep company separate. But yeah, we do a lot of. We're having a lot of fun. I took some of my books out to some stores, local stores, and they were very excited about what they saw. So they'll be ordering too very soon. So let's go over it again. No fees, meaning you sell a book, Liberty's not taking your money. If you're a retailer, if you're a distributor, or not distributor, sorry, a creator, a publisher of comics, Liberty's not taking your money from you when you sell a book. Let's say you put a book on our site and you mark it down to $1.50. Let's say you do that per book. At some companies, that $1.50 the store can buy it at $1.50, but they're going to turn around and the distributor is going to take, what would you say? What's fair? Well, it's normally not fair, right? They're going to take 30 cents, maybe leave you for $1.10, if that.
What?
Yeah, that's being really generous.
Yeah, flip that around, baby.
They're going to take a lot.
Of course, because they're going to try to say that they are the ones putting all the risk out there, which is false, because we're the ones who put the skin in the game. We put the risk out there initially, but that's the way business works sometimes.
Unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, so people have been asked as well to provide. We got the Liberty Distribution catalog coming. It's called the Declaration. Now, I've been asked before. Well, wait a minute. Go to LEDG. How do I get into the site? LEDG.us is the front-facing site. It's not the catalog. There's no access to the catalog from ledg.us. The site with the site with the actual catalog in it, where you do where transactions are handled, is on a site where we keep everything. We SSL certificates, so that any type of financial information is encoded and encrypted for protection of people spending money and receiving money on our site. So okay, I sell books to Liberty. How do I get paid? It's easy. You have an account you set up. When a book is sold, it goes to your account. You can request that money at any point. So if you decide you want to get we were gonna at first we're gonna have the thresholds, like $50 thresholds. We got rid of those. So if you got whatever amount in there, you can pull it out whenever you want. It may take an hour or two, but you can pull it out. It'll go to your PayPal. PayPal or your I think it's your PayPal right now. You can also request a check. Keep in mind that check will take days. It's going to be mailed to you. And it's going to be a cashier check. We do take the fee for the cashier's check out, which currently is $6 for the cashier's check. So if you need that, keep in mind we're going to take that out of that will come out of your money. That's the only fee you might get charged, but that's a banking fee. We'll provide a receipt of that too. Carlos Rafael says, "When I'm ready, I'll be going this route." Thanks. No problem, Carlos. We'll be happy to have you. Brian Durant, 64%. That's what they were going to take from me. Yeah. 64%.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah. William says, "I've been selling direct to source for $2.50 a copy on a $5 retail book." Exactly. Yeah, that's what pretty much people have done over at IndieVolt. Some a little bit cheaper. Some people have books that are a little bit more, so they'll put like their $20 book up, and they'll say, they'll offer an $8 price on it. So because we allow people to make their own wholesale pricing. I felt that was important because I didn't want to tell everybody what they had to do. What prices they had to make things. We just want to make sure that we're taking care of our retailers and our comic book creators equally. The retailers are a vital and important part of the industry moving forward. Without the comic stores, it's going to get tight. That shelf space is going to get real tight.
Yep.
The Liberty Pledge is also there to help both retailers and creators. Well, it helps retailers because they don't get stuck with a book if they can't sell it. But it helps creators because now that retailer can take a chance on that book and take a risk and bring that book in their store and see if there's an audience for it without having to wonder if he's going to have to blow all 8 of those books out at 25 cents on a sidewalk sale. Because that's what, it does happen sometimes to these guys. Yeah. Now, Randy, there's some stuff up there too that's classic Arrow stuff that is pretty hard to find. That you got some of it and you've actually made it available to the Liberty catalog.
Yeah, there's some Arrow 3.0 stuff in there, sure.
Yeah, some Arrow 3.0
and
books.
It's at cover price, so it's like what 15-year-old prices up there on those books. So
yeah. I mean, if I'm a retailer and I see
still some great reading.
Yeah, because I was looking through there with the prices you would put up for some of those books, which is super affordable. And these are Arrow 3.0. I think as far back as 2.0 books.
No, probably just 3.0s. Okay. 2.0 was the Dead.
Okay.
And Fantastic Fanzine.
All right. Well, there some of that stuff though, like some of the books that you put up there, I've seen at comic shops.
Yeah.
For like $10, $15.
Well, whatever they want to do, whatever they can put a price on to make money. That's all right.
If I'm a comic shop owner, wouldn't it be like smart of me just to go to the Liberty website, make an account, get in, and buy as much of that 3.0 stuff at that price, and then get it and then mark it up? Like
what the retailer does is entirely up to them. Ideally, I would like for them to buy it at 50% and sell it at cover price, in order to give folks something to read. That's the way I look at it. The collector's market to me is what the retailers do. What I do is to provide content to people to be read. That's the way I look at it. That's why when I did the Indie Volt Revolt campaign, I really thought long and hard about even doing a flip book because it's kind of gimmicky, or doing 2 cover sets and give them a variant type cover, because to me that's gimmicky. Mm-hmm. Back when Dead World was out, we started the variant cover because the retailers were complaining, because Dead World 2 has a great picture by Vince Locke of a zombie with half of his guts falling out. Mm. And the retailers freaked. And Dead World 1 had a great shot of a head, kind of a beaten up skull, and it looked a little rough. But number 2 was very gory. When you have the intestines falling out and the organs falling out, the retailers were freaking and said that they had to cut a backing board in half or 2/3 so that you could see the title but not see the whole picture, because the moms were getting crazy. So what they ended up doing as of Dead World, I think it's 4 or 5, real soon after that, we started offering 2 covers, a gory cover and a tame cover, because people love the gory covers. And but the retailers, the ones that were sensitive to moms coming in, took the tame cover. It had the same content on the inside. That's really where the variant cover started, unfortunately. Sorry. But that's why we did that. We did it in order to be practical. But we always made product to be read. That's all. And the collectability is entirely up to the retailer. So I'm real happy to move. They're boxes that have sit here for, a while since they were printed. Some of them are coming right out of sealed boxes. I'm unsealing boxes and giving you books to take and sell. So if you sell them, that's great. If they don't want them because they think that they're old and nobody wants to read the old stuff, then that's fine too. But in the meantime, just take them, or a retailer can buy them and read them, and it's a low cover price. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's a lot of great stuff in there. There's by a lot of people. Corvus #1 by Abdul Rashid and Nick Furnett, and Timothy Dazan, who inked West Coast Avengers for a long, long run. There's all sorts of people. We've got a Dr. Goyle book by the great Norton. Last name is Norton, and inked by a few people that have gone on to have good professional careers. And it's a great, fun book. So, that kind of stuff is it's important to me to get it out there and get it read.
When we're not on YouTube, but I think it is. It's on Indie Princess's YouTube. If you go to Lola the Indie Princess on YouTube, we put it on her station.
Yeah,
she said I could put it there. But yeah, this is pretty much just for Liberty Entertainment Distribution. It's on a couple different Facebooks. It is on Liberty Twitter as well. Brian says that, in fact, a large, well-known company who shall not be named, they would take 64%. So it was up to me to up my price point so they can increase their profit margin. Yeah. I mean, look, I was told by a partner when we were putting this together, he told me, he said, listen, man, we got to actually sit back and kind of see what Diamond's doing. Let's replicate what they're doing before we do this. And I was like, no, you're missing the whole point. I don't want to do what Diamond's doing. That's going to fail. And this is 6 years ago. Like, that's going to be a problem. And I remember my wife getting tired of me because for like 2 weekends in a row during con drives, which was like, 4, 5, 6 hour drives, that's all I talked about was putting this together. So that time has come, it took me, a lot of that was research, talking to different comic shops across the country. Because when I go to a Comic-Con, sometimes I'll stop in to see what the local shops are talking about and what kind of content they have, what they're trying to sell. I'm sorry, there's a phone ringing around me somewhere. It's okay.
It's not me this time.
Yeah. I want everyone to be able to be successful in this business, to make whatever money they can. And I want everyone to be able to find find the ability to maybe be able to create for a living. I mean, wouldn't that be nice to be able to sit down?
That's the dream.
Yeah.
That's why we're all here at the end of the day.
But that's really why I'm so
One second.
positive about Liberty. I can jabber on. That's why I'm really so positive about Liberty and why I'm exclusive with them is because I know I can make product, and Liberty doesn't work unless they get a lot of retailers on board. And Travis wants to know where Liberty even makes their money. He's confused by that.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, with Liberty, what we did was, I've said this before. I've been blessed to be in a position where I don't have to worry about income, and that as much as others.
Show me a picture of the Maserati you got outside, Varian.
Yeah. So, what I did was Liberty doesn't make money on a lot of stuff.
You finally sold that Spank the Monkey #1.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, selling that was that was gonna put Kate through college.
Cool. Good to know.
It'll at least buy him lunch at college.
Only at McDonald's, but that's a whole nother story. Go ahead.
I don't know about you. McDonald's is expensive now. What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's $17
good
for a
point.
meal.
Yeah.
So the thing is, how Liberty makes money. People have asking that before. Well, we do have several advertising things available. So if you can buy our backing board if you want to advertise your book. Mm-hmm. Now, for example, if you took advantage of the sale that we had for our backing board, you would have just put your ad out and got over 27,000 impressions, because that ad would have been in the back of every on our board, which was going out every book that we sent out. So you would have gotten 27,000 impressions for, I think it was like $200 at the time. That was ridiculous. Like that was a ridiculous. Like there's no other place that's going to give you 27,000 impressions for $200. Try doing that on Facebook and see what happens, because those are books going home with fans. They're putting them in their hands, and they're going to flip that ad over that book and say, "What is this book? Okay, I'll pick this up." Mm-hmm. So that's when we make money do that. You can advertise in the catalog. The catalog does have advertisements available. You can do that. That's the way we make a little money there if you wanted to buy it. And it's all affordable. It's like $50-$60. It's very affordable for the independent creator. I'm thinking about the guy who's, or the young lady who's, sitting there at their desk, 6 hours, 7 hours a day drawing. They don't have a lot of money. They don't have $1,000 to send that other company for a screenshot image that big. Black and white in the back of the book. They don't have $1,000 because and I'm not exaggerating. It's like $1,000 for an image that big. So we don't do that. If you gave me $1,000, you're gonna need a couple pages out the book. Also, we
and that catalog's not just 4 weeks in toss. It's probably going to be quarterly, right?
Yeah. Catalogs.
That's also important to think about. It's going to sit at your retailer. They can get as many as they want.
Yeah, which brings another thing. Well, I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
The retailers. They definitely want to.
Is there going to be a cost to the retailer for the catalog? I imagine there would be something to cover the printing.
Yeah. But again, that's just. And it's gonna be affordable,
compared to what you're paying with Diamond.
Yeah. When you get those previews books, and
it's not going to be as big as the preview book either. So.
No. It'll be more straightforward with the product, with the nice big color images. Everyone, it is alphabetized though, so it's alphabetized by company name.
Okay.
So it's not like I didn't put here are the guys I like up front, and here's Rosario way in the back.
Sorry, Unstoppable Comics.
It's already in the back. See, it's funny. That's why I chose the U, because I always know we're going to be at the end. If I'm going to lock something down, I'm not going to lock the front up because that's going to be too expensive if I was in other distribution arenas. So with that U, I'm locking in that back, baby. All right?
we didn't.
Until we sign on Zebra Comics.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Or Zizak's Comics. That's coming.
Yeah, we tried to we tried to make I want to make everything super easy for everyone to make some money. I know it doesn't, like people looking before like, hey man, on the surface, man, is it gonna work long term? And I'm like, yeah, well, it'll work. We're just trying to get books in stores. We've been lucky.
Standards and practices. You're right back.
We've been lucky where we've gotten retail partners who've come on board. I got people who are talking to us about the books all the time now, and I'm excited about that. Let's get these books out there. These are quality books. These are we have really good books in our warehouse, and I just got 2 more packages in that we're gonna have to go by the warehouse and check and verify. Came in yesterday. So we're again super excited. I want everybody, if you got any questions, chat, now's the time. Let me know.
We're here
so that we can answer them, and we can help you guys get set up. Now, again, Liberty applications are taking about 72 hours to process. That's a bit of time, I know, for some people. But they are coming. So if you've applied, let me know. We can get you in there. We can get you.
My competition. Look at that.
Yeah.
Competition for what?
My namesake. You're trying to steal my name. One, you took my spot from being the only beautiful face down here in the bottom. Now here you are coming in with that nice sheen on your face. Looking clean shaven, sexy as ever, baby.
Okay.
He was talking horribly about you before you got here. Now, we're just doing an open house. We're broadcasting and letting people.
Oh, that's funny. I wasn't expecting that because it was funny. I'm popping in because I gotta literally leave. I'm prepping for a show I'm gonna be at tonight.
Can we get you to say hello, Liberty Entertainment?
What?
Yeah.
Get you to say hello, Liberty Entertainment.
What's up, Liberty Entertainment? I like it.
Yeah. We just again JD Calderon, Dreamweaver Press, another publisher that signed on the Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, and actually a big help over at Liberty. He's helpful for a lot of stuff. Like this is the guy, if you're talking about barcodes, this is the guy you want to talk to. Yeah.
I don't know about all that, but
that should be his nickname, Barcode.
Barcode. That's it.
So I was again just giving people information about what they need. Jody said, "Can you talk about volume of issues needed?" Okay, so I had someone talk to me about that, about how many comics they had to send in. Again, that's totally up to you. I will tell people if you're just unsure, send us. And you got 1 book, send us 8. If you've got multiple copies of a book, send us like 4 each. Okay, and let's see how they move. It won't be a big sale, but at least you'll see a sale and you'll be able to gauge.
Mm-hmm. And then you scale up. Build
exactly.
Build it up. Got to start somewhere.
That's it.
Let's see here. So Travis says, so another random question. Let's say a book was a Kickstarter book and then gets picked up by a publisher. Can we pull those books from Liberty if it was required? I know online that's easy, but in the catalog. Okay, so if in fact a book is pulled, so you have a publisher and they say, okay, you can't be distributed to that company. That's fine. You let us know. If you pull a book, it takes us about 2 hours when we take, 2 days when we can take it down because we have to make sure we fulfill any pending orders for it. But as long as there's no pending orders for it, like if there's no pending orders for the book, it comes down immediately. But if there are pending orders, you gotta take it down. For the catalog though, when those people go to look for it digitally, they won't find it. And if they do send in an request for it, we'll let them know.
Cool. Nice. All right. Well, gentlemen, I literally just popped in. So now I'm popping out.
All right, sir.
All right.
I will be at Eternal Con unloading and loading books up there today. So Then I'll be
Are you gonna go live from the show?
no, I'll be live at the show, but I won't be broadcasting live from anything.
Why not?
Where's it at?
It's I don't know, somewhere on Long Island. How the hell should I know? EternalCon.com, damn it.
It's at Hofstra University, ladies and gentlemen. So those
There you go.
who are in Long Island, New York,
On Long
I'm trying to
Island.
set you up, bud. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah, you set me up for real. You know, like I said,
I thought you would have known. You know, so Hofstra University in Long Island. All right, he'll be there with his lovely wife.
Yes. We'll
right
be there.
All right.
Hold on, let me see something.
The Dory says, "Yay, JD." It's like the only time he hears. It's the only time he hears that.
Yeah, I know, really.
You know, I got to get you to change your name, bud. I really do. I'm starting to get jealous because I see these shout outs and I know they should really be for me.
Oh. Listen, look, like I said, it's no trade secret. You know, my first name is Jose, right? That's no trade secret, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a dude out there named Jose Calderon. He's a basketball player.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, whenever you type in the name, he comes up first.
Uh-huh.
The son of a bitch. So I'm waiting until he dies so that I can just take over the name
He will
again.
ban you.
No, it's not. I'm not planning his death. I wish him a long life. It's just,
Sure,
he's a big person. You know, big people tend to die, you know, quicker earlier.
Oh my God.
It's true. That's what
Dory says she's going to hunt down who Rosario is now. LOL.
There you go.
Unstoppable Comics. He's not hiding that much.
No, he's not hiding it.
Not hard.
He's not hiding it all.
I will say this. Interesting thing about
Interceptor, baby.
That's
Shield of the Interceptor.
Thank
There you go.
Look at the shine on that.
I do have JD, if you would like it, I do have two Jose Calderon jerseys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He used to play for the Pistons. Yeah, he used to play for the Pistons.
Oh, did he? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's funny.
Back in like
They
2012, 2013.
Yeah, they told me he's a really nice guy, which I appreciate. I really do. I would hate to hear that he's a shitheel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they told me he's a really nice guy, which is cool.
Yeah.
Dorfis in the house. Hello, Dorfis. Hope you're doing well. Don't hear from you often enough.
Like, you know.
So we got we got so many people who have been signing up. It's been very busy. I've been at the warehouse in and out. I am going to be back there today.
Cool.
And if you guys, have any questions, there's an 800 number. No, you guys can't really see it, but hold on, I'll put it up.
Banner
So
that.
folks can see it. It's there it is. Yep.
Boom.
800-525-2091. 800-525-2091. It's on the site. It's on the bottom of the page here. ledg.us to sign up. We're always happy to talk to you, and let if you got any questions. Our motto was listen, adapt, repeat. So that's what we try to do here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to continue the conversation with me on social media. Shoot me any messages. I'll be happy to look into them and see if we can help you out, help you get your books into the warehouse. I want to point out that Zing Zing said Symphonic Versus heading your way soon. Yep, waiting on that.
Yep.
It's in the catalog, so we're waiting on that. William says, Varian, do I understand correctly this is a non-exclusive agreement arrangement? I have other non-exclusive contracts in place now. Yeah, it's non-exclusive. You don't have to be exclusive. You can be exclusive. Some creators have decided they had enough of the other guys, and they're exclusive to Liberty. But we're non-exclusive. I believe that once you sign up, I believe that you will eventually just decide to stay with us. But
well, signing with Liberty was my choice, my personal choice as a company. So I signed exclusively with Liberty, and honestly, Varian would probably let me go any place else that I wanted to. I just don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, in fact, I tried to trick Randy.
Honestly, Varian would probably let me go.
Oh yeah, when
hearing it sound
Sam,
bad.
I think you're in fact, are you listening on YouTube as well? I tried to trick Randy.
Yeah, he must be.
Oh yeah, when
hearing it sound
Sam,
bad.
I think you're.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No problem, Sam. Sorry for the echo.
Yeah, no problem. No, I tried to tell Randy. I tried to dissuade him from being straight with Liberty. I was like, look, no, just go everywhere, man. Go everywhere. He's like, no, I'm gonna go with Liberty only. And other people have done the same. So, no pressure. No pressure.
Nope.
But
No pressure.
yeah, get the books out there, no pressure. But yeah, we got retailers. I don't know. We're I think we're above 100 retailers now. So and they'll all be receiving that catalog in the mail.
I got a bell for that. Absolutely.
They'll all be getting the catalog in the mail. If they want
100.
more, they can get them.
How's
Hundreds
that
a good
better, guys?
start. Yes, much better, Sam.
Okay,
Thank
sorry
you.
about that.
Hundreds a great start, isn't it? Great
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, we're over 100. Well, it's probably like 103, 104 right now.
Cool. Awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an important question to ask because I just shipped a little over 500 books in July. So,
Okay.
Good for you. Yeah.
yeah, it's been busy. We've got
Sweet.
one distribution that's will be in stores through them starting tomorrow.
Mhm.
And then several stores that we have arrangements with to ship directly to them. So some familiar names to allow you guys: the Collective and Altamonte Springs, the Box down in Louisiana, Gotham Underground, Third Eye Comics, stuff like that. So it's been important. But the big question, of course, everyone is on volume. So
Yeah.
like I can ship 500 books tomorrow. So
Yeah. It's for me. It's like we try to. I want everyone to be. I don't want anybody in dire straits trying to ship me a bunch of books. So I tell people, send me what they think works for them, whatever their comfort level is. Send us that. The best I can do is if we need more, isn't that a happy problem to have?
I think
So-
Sam's showing you his comfort level right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
that's actually only 2 covers on one issue.
I know how that goes.
So
Well,
Yeah,
not
I
the
mean-
multiple covers, but I know all about extra cases.
Yeah,
yeah,
we got to-
'cause, like I create through Kickstarter, and the thing about Kickstarter is you don't make the money through the Kickstarter; you make the money subsequent to that. So
Correct.
when I have
Mhm.
have 160 backers and order 4,500 copies, and of those we've already shipped about 1,000 of them. So
Cool.
Mhm.
Good for you.
it's going, it's working, and all that's just going to roll into pay our artists on issue 3.
There you
So-
go.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What they call
anytime you wanna-
business.
and we always put I'll show it as a matter of fact. So people ask me all the time too.
No, back when Arrow first started, we had so many distributors. We were always shipping stuff out all over Hawaii.
Mhm.
They had one distributor that was specific to Hawaii at that point.
Yeah.
One on the west, one on the east, a bunch of them in the Midwest. They overlapped each other all the time. They didn't care. They weren't looking for exclusives. That word exclusive popped up when Diamond decided that they wanted to corner the market. And they
Right.
went to DC and got them to sign on because Marvel jumped with Heroes World.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember back in '99 the mess I had with Diamond. So
Yeah.
that hasn't gone away from my mind.
Mhm.
As a store owner, that stuck with me pretty hard.
So the address
Former
is always
store
there.
owner, I guess. Yeah.
People have asked me before how to send books. Right there, guys. 12700 East Utica Park Boulevard, Unit 3424, and that's Utica, Michigan 48315. And that's the warehouse. Exactly what that's. If you want to send us books, that's exactly where you want to send them to.
So
And we'll be able to
20
get 'em.
miles outside of Detroit, right?
Just about. Yeah. And we'll make sure that those are, handled nice and properly. And Randy will come down if you don't put your books together right. Randy comes down and reorganizes them for you,
Mhm.
Free of charge.
Did
He
that
likes
last
doing-
week. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he likes doing that.
Randy's been working out. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Show those muscles, Randy. Show those
The
muscles.
wife tells me I need to work out more. So yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Variant,
Keep me busy.
I'll take a look, man. I got some inventory I can probably move. So
Yeah. We got.
Well, like we said earlier, just start small. Send us some stuff that and if we need more, we'll contact you and say, hey, we ran out.
I'll probably
Better send us more.
probably send you like a small shipment, like 300 or
Yeah.
600 or something like that.
If you send that, and it was
Entirely up to you.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, and two, you'll get an email. when we reach, because you can set your own threshold of like, you'll get an email like, hey, Liberty only has this amount of books left. Do you want to re-up? And then you can, handle shipping us some more, or you can say, no, that's out of print. I'm not going to ship that anymore.
Gotcha.
So it's totally up to you.
Okay, I'll take a look and check out the website. We'll go from there.
Any questions? Make sure you give me a call.
We'll do. I'll make sure you have the Snopper Publishing email address too on there. So that's the one that all that traffic goes priority to me. So
cool.
We'll get that done. Thanks, guys, for having us. Hang in there, and look forward to seeing more books on the shelf.
Yeah, amen.
Good luck.
It's good for everybody, buddy. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep. Take care.
Take care.
So we gotta get out of here, but I'm gonna let I know JD has to leave. He has to get to. We all have to leave. So I got some stuff I have to go do. I got to get down to the warehouse. But I will talk to you guys out there in the internet land. Again, got questions about Liberty? Numbers are on the front page at ledg.us. But call us at 800-525-2091. 800-525-2091, or shoot me a message on my personal Facebook. I'll get around to answering you if I don't see it immediately. So looking forward to hearing from you guys. Any questions you might have afterwards. I know we always do that. We say, I know what I want to ask, and then we don't think about it, and then the show is over. Like, I know what I should have asked them. But
always
okay.
happens.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here with me.
Got it.
I'm gonna take this out of here.
William, Joe, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Yeah. Yep. Again, Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, ledg.us. See you guys soon. I'll take us out of here.
Take care.
Good night.
Take it easy.
Stay safe.